This is the church in Latrobe, Pennsylvania.
Holy Family Church on the corner of Walnut and Ligonier Streets.
So this has been right before Christmas of '49. That's Walnut Street there, and the school behind there where Marg went to grammar school. And there's Grandpa Cline coming from the whiskey market. And he found his grandson. So they were old buddies. There's the
rectory where we were married.
And this is Christmas Eve. Right,
This is Christmas Eve, and Santa came in the fire truck, and he had a treat for all the children along the way. That was a big deal in Latrobe at that time. They came and they brought bags of things for the children and a good supply of candy and oranges and...
Well, let's see what Betty is pulling out there. She has something there.
Popcorn ball.
Bill loves his popcorn ball.
The children in the area looked forward to that so much. It was a
visit from Santa on Christmas Eve. Mm-hmm. That's what it's all about for the children.
And a box of candy. Bill really likes that popcorn ball. He keeps going back to that. Here they are, their stockings. We didn't have a mantle, so we used the windowsill in the living room, and that's our tree.
Notice the Santa on the tree. They've always had that Santa on the tree.
All the gifts are wrapped, and this is after the children went to bed.
Yeah, it looks like Betty's going to get a baby carriage.
Mm-hmm.
This Christmas morning.
She's just coming in, and to the great surprise.
Yeah, she had to go get Bill. And
you still got that popcorn ball.
Hey, we got more things. Hey, right, there's the tree, he says. Looky there. Yeah, at that time, we did not put the tree up ahead of time. That tree was put up after the children went to bed Christmas Eve. Bill has a train there.
And decorated after they went to bed so that the whole thing was a big surprise to them in the mornings.
When they came out, they saw the tree for the first time. And here's one of the toys. And these things never work quite right there, but Mom's getting it there, so everybody has to watch out there and see what happens. Boop! Never did. There it did. The jack in the box did not jack too well.
I remember that little blue...
There I am, there with my famous robe on. Mom gave me on our first Christmas together. And Betty with her doll. And a pounding set.
That was a popular toy. Billy had so much fun with that.
I like me with all that hair. Boy, Bill got a cowboy doll. That's all if Betty's got a girl, he's had to have a boy. These are our neighbors from downstairs, Neil and Eileen Porter with their son.
Mickey.
And these are the people that we rented the upstairs apartment from. They owned the house. You have to remember, this was right after the war. We were all veterans of the war. I think both of them served in the service.
I think so.
Okay, here comes the big Christmas dinner. Even though there's only the four of us, look at that big turkey Mom did. Mashed potato, green peas. And of course, Betty and Billy, they're still in the rope. Now this is up home on Walnut Street. That's Joycey, Betty with her doll. Let's see if we can name them all.
Bill, Patty Ann.
Yeah. This is going to be fun trying to name all these people under the Cline's Christmas tree. As we went up there Christmas night. That's
That's Bobby?
Bobby.
There's Mama.
Bob and Bobby. That's
There's
Grandma.
my mother.
Cline.
There's my dad.
Having a beer.
Irma,
Irma.
Bob's wife.
Oh,
There's Mary.
Mary and Eddie.
Ed's first wife.
Yeah, there's
died.
Ed.
That's Ed. Joyce.
Joycey.
That's
Jim.
my brother Jim and my brother Dick. And my brother Donald.
Jim.
Jim again. And that's
Frank.
Frank.
There's
Mary Ellen.
These are showing the different presents. We
That's
got Frank.
again.
Frank showing the different presents. We all
Mary
exchange
Ellen.
presents.
And this is Jean, Dick's wife. Another picture of Jean.
There she's a two-handed drinker. Notice she had one in each hand.
That's my sister Joanne, and that's Dad, Bill.
Marg. There's Marg, and, right? And me. There's our family. There's Betty and Bill. Right? There we are. They're opening some more presents. And here, Betty got a
Little stroller.
stroller for a baby,
There's my sister Helen.
passing out her gifts to everybody.
Yeah, everybody got gifts.
Everybody got gifts and everybody gave gifts.
Then. We used white tissue paper
Mhm.
for wrapping. Remember that?
Right. Bill got another one. Hey, he's scared of something. Look at him run away. Hey, what was it?
I think it's a tank.
An army tank. Right. Yeah. But Grandma showed him how to work it. And boy, he was afraid of that.
That's Patty Ann
going
digging
after
into
her
hers.
toy. Boy, look at it go.
That's my brother Paul, and look at that tie.
Or Christmas time, they have a palm tree tie, boy. That was really the Christmas thing. He's the dude.
Everybody got so dressed up for Christmas.
You look like you got PJs there. Or a
like
shirt.
it. Uh-huh,
His
that's
mom with her
mother.
dad and mother. And with
Hi.
Bill's tank.
Grandma likes
She-
that tank.
She had fun with it. All right, 1950. Actually, that's when we bought a lot in Greensburg. And this is a celebration of my birthday. And
You must have been 34.
must have been 34.
Mm-hmm.
1950, 32. Huh? 1918. Yeah. Okay. Now I think this is the one where here I am with my presents. 1950. Yeah, I've been 32. Have I got the coal dust on me there?
I'm not sure if that's the one that you came home from the mine.
Oh, all right. Maybe it's the next birthday. But any which way, let's see what I got. Oh, this is my editing outfit for the 8mm film, so that I could edit the film.
Dad
There's the
loved,
children blowing my candles out.
you always loved angel food cake. You always got an
I was
angel
32.
food cake.
This is outside now, that winter, 50, and that's my brother Bob who came up to visit us. And of course, he's lived in Louisiana all his life, so he didn't know much about snow either. So, but he enjoyed having the time out. This is Betty and Bill
Building a
Of course,
snowman.
building a snowman there.
Those were the cutest snowsuits.
When you look at that house now at 408 Lloyd Avenue, when you visit Latrobe, and think that we only had that upstairs apartment and how small it was, and we had guests. There's my brother Bob. We had my mother and father there. wonder how we ever did it with 2 children and ourselves, because it was only 4 small rooms.
The kitchen was so small that you could sit in a chair, you could reach the sink, the refrigerator, the stove, and you would eat at the Who's Your Cabinet shelf.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Porter boy again.
Yeah,
This
now
is
we
now
have springtime.
springtime.
And Betty is out smelling the pretty flowers. Right. And she smells the flowers, and she smells the flowers, and she smells the flowers. After all, that was action in those days. Yeah.
Must have smelled good.
Right. Of course, in those days, with just 2 children, we took a lot of pictures of the children. As we had more and more children, we took fewer and fewer pictures. Now notice how thin Mom was in those days. She kept her girlish figure.
That was...
But everything was coming out in blossom. I tried to catch it on the color film, but you see I didn't get any contrast. But we do have a good picture there of Mom and Betty.
And the flowers.
Well, not that much contrast. But Betty is still smelling the flowers. You know what they say, take time and smell the roses as you go by. And we loved that sailor suit for Bill. Actually, it was just a jacket and coat. These are the scenes of the white trees there as they come out in blossoms. It was beautiful. Sorry it didn't show up better on the color film.
This is heading to Idlewild Park.
Idlewild Park, right, outside of Latrobe, for a picnic. There's the trapeze artists performing. They always had an act going on.
They had very little amusements there. They had the merry-go-round, and then they had these aerial acts that would come in.
Well, they had the swimming pool.
They had
Outside
the
the swimming
swimming
pool and
pool.
the merry-go-round, I don't think they had
Well, they
much
had
else
they
there.
had a lake, and they had canoes, and you could rent the
Right.
canoes.
Well, we had, here we go around on airplanes in those days with the guns. And these are the Oescher girls. There's Suzanne Oescher, Betty.
Suzanne
Is
again.
that Suzanne or Nancy?
No, Nancy comes up later.
All right, let's see. Because Betty, that's Betty and Bill. Yeah.
There's
And
Nancy.
Suzanne, Nancy were in the boat behind them.
Mm-hmm.
So this is out of Iowa. So they did have these amusement for the children,
Very, very few.
but this was a big deal to go on the boat. Betty, Bill, Suzanne, and Nancy. It is at the picnic table.
It's Dutch Oescher there in the front.
Way
there.
on the right there is Alec McKenna and his wife Wilma. Alec McKenna was head of Carnival.
Mm-hmm.
President and CEO and all the other things there before he passed away.